Hey guys, this is Ben at Safford Hyundai of Springfield. Today we are taking a look at 5 things that I love about the new 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe. The first thing I love about the new 2020 Santa Fe is that Hyundai was just ranked in the top 3 overall by J.D. Power & Associates Initial Quality Award. Now that sounds kind of like a made-up award. If you're getting a new vehicle, everything should be good initially, right? But really what it is you as the new owner, if you can't find a button, you don't know how to turn something off, you don't know how to turn something on, you don't know what a button does, it counts as a point. And it's kind of like golf where you want the lowest score possible. So it's really just a testament to how intuitive everything is with this car. You will notice there are hard buttons and knobs for absolutely everything, which is really, really nice when all of these other manufacturers are building all of their controls into these giant screens. It's not something that people think about at first glance, but when you're driving down the road and you have your nav going and you're just trying to turn on your heated seat and you're fumbling with your touchscreen, it's really, really inconvenient, and it's really nice to have all of these buttons really accessible to you as the driver. You will notice with this car, there are hard buttons for absolutely everything. Your climate control has its own knob. Your volume button, which is not even remotely close to your climate control, has its own knob as well as the tuner. Heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, everything has its own button, and they're all right next to each other and clearly labeled. It just makes the car really, really easy to use. Now, the second thing I love about the Santa Fe is their smart cruise control. Now, their smart cruise control is a little bit different than most other manufacturers. So some manufacturers, their smart cruise control will not work if you're below 20 miles an hour, or they'll come to a complete stop for you, but after that, they'll cancel your cruise and you have to put your foot on the brake. Hyundai's system is a little bit different. So how it works is, let's say we set our cruise to 60. If a car gets in front of us that is going 50 miles an hour, I can pick the distance that I want to be behind the car in front of me, and this car will automatically slow down and speed up to the speed that you had set to keep that distance that you set from the car in front of you. Now, if that car comes to a stop in front of you, let's say they came to a red light, this car will stop you behind the car and hold you in place. If you're stopped for longer than 3 seconds, the car will stop, and in order to get going again, you either tap the gas or you press set on the cruise button one more time, and it'll pick you right back up to the cruise that you had set before. So you can do entire trips without ever having to hit the brake. We're back outside for the third thing that I love about the Santa Fe. It's minor, but it is in the trunk. So looking in the trunk here, not only do you have a lot of trunk space, as any SUV does, Hyundai's taken that one step further. So you have 2 compartments here. Now, this first one you may see in some other manufacturer. Of course, you have your jack and a little bit of extra storage here if you have any valuables. But this second one is what makes this car unique. So if you open this up, you have 3 other compartments in here. So if you have any valuables at all, or anything small that you don't want kind of rattling around, you can go ahead and put it in this compartment here. The fourth thing I love about this car, and albeit this is becoming a little bit more common, but not as common as one would think, this car has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, I think that is the greatest thing to come to the car since the steering wheel. What that is you can plug your smartphone into the USB in the center console, and whether you have an Apple or an Android phone, you can turn the infotainment system that the Santa Fe has into a mock your phone screen. Now, this is good for a couple reasons. One, you can send and receive text messages while you're driving. It'll read your message to you, ask if you want to respond. You would say yes, it would ask what you want to say, and you can go ahead and voice send text while you're driving. Much safer than actually using your phone. 2, you can pull up your nav of choice. So you can use Apple Maps if you have an Apple phone, Google Maps, or you can use Waze if you prefer to use Waze. Another reason why this is so great is because you can do everything that you'd want to do on your phone while you're driving without actually having to grab your phone. So if you have an Apple phone and you want to connect to Siri, of course you can use the Siri command, the voice command, or you can just go ahead and hold the voice command button on your steering wheel and Siri will pop up. So if you want to change your music, if you want to pick a different place that you're going on your navigation system, anything like that, even send text messages, you can do all of that through your voice command. The fifth and final thing that I love about the new 2020 Santa Fe, and this is brand new to the 2020 model, is the turn signal blind spot camera. So when you press your left or right turn signal, on your display, your blind spot will come up. Now, this is an absolute lifesaver in any sort of heavy traffic. If you're stop and go traffic and you're trying to merge or you're trying to change lanes, you do not have to look over your shoulder to see if there's someone in your blind spot. You can actually see in your screen if there is somebody there or not. I think every car should have this. I think it is much safer and ultimately gets rid of the idea of having to look over your shoulder to see if somebody's there. This is just the tip of the iceberg with the all-new 2020 Santa Fe. I'd love for you to stop in so I can meet you and tell you everything else I love about this car.